15 years ago, you take this idea of patterns in Jungian analysis and you decide, okay, I'm going to start bringing scientists together and theologists together. These are scientists exploring subatomic patterns and other things. Pull these people together and see what happens. And since then, the Assisi conferences have been kind of this focal point for internationally for people from a wide variety of disciplines to come together and talk about this stuff. How did you come up with this idea?
Well, I have to give credit to Antioch, New England Graduate School in Keene. I was teaching there and I had this idea, and the administration and the provost at the time said, Michael, look, you've got a great reputation here, just run with it, just go. So I made my pilgrimage. It's my first pilgrimage. I went to go visit my family in Sicily, and then I went to Assisi. And the moment I walked into the village, it's this medieval village, as you know, I was just so taken by the ambiance. Something, you know, like talk about the patterns come over you. I was taken over by something. And I literally said at that moment, I've got to come back here and I really have to put something together where I get people I really respect from all these different professions and talk. There's something about matter and spirit, confluence of psyche and matter. I mean, these kind of vague terms. Thus was born the conference. And it had to be Assisi because the whole life of St. Francis is really about the struggle, I would say. God, spirit, matter, body. And that's what we look at, you know, because I found, you know, a lot of people that know about spirit, they don't know much about matter, the matter world. People that know about matter, they don't seem to know much about spirit world. So I brought, God, leaders from around the world. I mean, people that have written 300, 400 books, who was a concert violinist, who was a child prodigy. And these people are all pioneers, looking at these subtle things that orient life, whether organic life, individuals, systems, global economy.
And you're bringing in a lot of artists now. You had a dance therapist who can look at people and tell their story. You had a seminar on film, and you're consulting for film now. What is this move into the arts, and how is that going to, you know, that infusion? Where's that going to take the conference?
Well, first, why we did not do film for about. We did not do anything in the arts about the first 10 years. And I realized we needed to have a really solid background in the sciences, dynamical systems and all that, field theory. And I knew the arts had to come into this because I love the arts also. I used to be in rock bands and I loved cinema for years and poetry and all. And slowly but surely we began bringing people from the arts in because I realized the arts are really, number one, any artistic process is inspired by archetypes or the divine. I don't care what word you want to use, okay? It's inspired by something. And then when you look at the creative process, you can begin to see these eternal dramas right in front of us. Whether the movie, the difficult movie to watch, Sophie's Choice, these are archetypal themes. These are universal themes. You look at Under the Tuscan Sun, that movie we watched recently. You watch the movie Miracle that's out. And you begin to see the contemporary storylines are really eternal stories. So when this ragtag team in the movie Miracle of hockey players from these kids go up against these Goliath people from Russia that never lost the Olympics in like 20 years, it's a David and Goliath tale. So you see it's these eternal themes being replayed in ever more increasingly interesting and compelling ways.
And they might reflect our own story or stories that we know, so we understand them better.
Exactly.